Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're setting aside the big global picture for a bit.
Yeah, we're diving deep into something really specific.
Exactly. A fascinating micro world. The historical folk beliefs, the luck, the very particular superstitions from Guernsey.
That's right. And our mission, really, is to unpack this unique set of historical sources. They give us this insight into a whole system of belief.
A system for interpreting the world around them.
Absolutely. It's like a shortcut to understanding how they saw cause and effect.
Yeah.
You read this stuff and you realize for them, nothing was random.
Every little thing. An itchy nose.
Or, how you place a loaf of bread. It was all read as a sign, fortune or maybe misfortune.
Okay, let's get into it. Starting with something I find really compelling. The body itself as a kind of warning system.
Mm-hmm. Everyday feelings, sensations we barely notice now.
But which were, back then, predictive tools. It's amazing.
It really is. It shows this deep connection they felt between their own bodies and what was happening or about to happen externally.
So let's start simple. An itchy nose. What did that mean?
Okay, the sources say an itchy nose means one of two things, guaranteed. Either you're going to be thoroughly vexed.
Which I just love as a phrase. Thoroughly vexed.
Right. Or you're going to shake hands with a fool before the day's out.
Okay. And what if the itch is lower down? On your foot?
The itchy foot. That betokens you're soon about to go on strange ground.
Strange ground. Think about that. If travel wasn't common or easy.
Exactly. An itchy foot wasn't just annoying. It was a sign of, potentially big changes coming. Maybe travel, maybe just a new situation.
And the ears. They had meanings too.
Oh, yes. Ears were important. Tingling in the right ear, that meant love.
Nice.
But the left ear, that was a warning. Spite. Someone thinking ill of you.
Okay, so far it's fairly direct. Itch means X, tingle means Y. But it gets trickier, doesn't it? Especially with hands and eyes predicting money and emotions.
It does. This is where it gets really interesting. Initially, the source lays out a very neat duality.
Right hand itches, you get money. Left hand itches, you pay money out. Simple enough.
And same for the eyes. Pain in the right eye means laughter, good times are coming.
Left eye pain, sorrow, weeping, seems balanced.
It seems that way. A clear system.
Yeah.
But then the source throws in this major complication, this structural ambiguity.
You mean the bit where it says the whole thing can just flip?
Precisely. The sources state quite clearly that for these four key signs, the itchy hands, the eye pain, the order of things, is often reversed.
Wait, often reversed? How does that even work as a prediction then?
Well, that's the fascinating question, isn't it?
If my right hand itching could mean getting money or are paying it out, isn't the sign kind of useless, or is it just saying something financial is happening?
That's probably closer to it. Or perhaps it's less about a definite prediction and more about, managing anxiety or heightening it.
How do you mean?
I mean, if the rule can reverse, the itchy hand still signals something important is about to happen involving money, high stakes. But you don't know if you're currently in a lucky phase where the normal rule applies or an unlucky phase where the reversal hits.
So the sign is a warning, but you're left guessing the outcome.
Exactly. It demands your attention, your interpretation. It keeps you engaged with your own fortune or lack thereof. It's not passive.
Huh. That changes everything. It's not a simple code book. It's more like a prompt to check your own luck. Okay. So the body's signals are complex. What about things people could actually control? Or maybe things they had to be careful not to mess up.
Right. Let's shift from these involuntary feelings to domestic taboos, household rules.
Where misfortune isn't just happening to you, but something you might bring on yourself.
Precisely. Through carelessness or ignoring these very specific rules.
Some of these are wonderfully specific, like the knives. It's unlucky to leave 2 knives crossed on a plate.
Simple enough to avoid, you'd think.
Yeah. But this other one, it seems even more specific, somehow more loaded. Putting a loaf of bread down on the side you just cut a slice from, that's an evil sign.
An evil sign. Just for putting the bread down wrong. It shows the contrast, doesn't it?
Between what?
Between the body omens, which predict external stuff, and these domestic rules, which seem more about preventing self-inflicted bad luck. You control the bread, you control the knives.
Right. Okay. And then there's the egg, which seems to embody both sides of this, good and bad.
The egg is a perfect example of the duality here. Huge good fortune in one context.
Which is?
There's a strong tradition mentioned. If you wish a child well, especially a newborn, you should give them eggs.
Eggs as a gift for a baby.
Yes. It's meant to ensure a life of, and I quote, unsullied happiness and prosperity. The ends as a symbol of life, potential, wholeness.
That's quite lovely, actually, but the egg has a dark side in this lore.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
It's explicitly bad luck to dream of eggs, especially if they're broken in the dream.
And the source gives a story for this one, right? A really vivid one.
It does. This is what makes these sources so rich. Someone reported dreaming about their neighbor, and in the dream, the neighbor had eggs in her apron.
Okay. Just eggs in an apron?
Just eggs in an apron. But the very next day, that same neighbor got attacked by a dog.
Attacked by a dog?
Yeah, flew at her, scratched her face, tore her dress.
Yeah.
Immediate, pretty violent misfortune.
Wow. So a dream about eggs predicts a dog attack. The connection feels unexpected.
It does to us. But the source presents it as clear proof. The universe sends warnings, even through dreams about poultry products, apparently.
It highlights that contrast again, though, doesn't it?
How so?
Well, the good luck egg is given intentionally, an act of goodwill. The bad luck egg appears passively in a dream, or like the crossed knives, an accident.
That's a great point. It suggests happiness, prosperity that needs conscious effort. But bad luck, it can just happen. Or you stumble into it by mistake. You just need to heed the warnings.
Interesting. Okay, let's pivot again to luck related to getting dressed and leaving the house. More chances for accidental fortune.
Yes, finding luck in errors. This is classic folklore stuff.
The big one here is putting clothes on the wrong way, inside out or backwards.
Exactly. Stockings, especially, but other clothes too. If you do that by accident, the source says it invariably brings luck.
The universe rewards your mistake. But there's a catch.
A crucial one. You have to commit to the mistake. Great care must be taken not to change it when you notice.
So you have to spend all day with your jumper on backwards if you want the luck.
Seems so. Breaking the pattern breaks the spell.
But you can't game the system.
No. And this is really telling about fate versus free will, I think.
Because trying to put your clothes on inside out on purpose doesn't work.
Exactly. The source is explicit. An intentional mistake is of no avail. Luck has to be accidental.
Why do you think that is? Why must luck be a genuine accident here?
Well, maybe it reinforces the idea that true good fortune is somewhat outside your control. It's a gift from fate, perhaps. Not something you can just conjure up by deliberately messing up your socks. It keeps a sense of mystery, maybe.
Interesting. Okay, what about leaving home? There are rituals for that, too, more intentional ones.
Yes, protective magic, the classic one. Throwing an old shoe after someone who's leaving home for a while.
For good luck on their journey.
That's the idea. And again, the source offers confirmation, a personal anecdote.
Tell us.
Someone recounts that when they left home for the first time, their mother threw an old shoe after them. And this person absolutely credits that act for all the happiness and prosperity they had while they were away.
Practical magic. A shoe-based blessing.
You could say that. But speaking of rituals, the quirkiest one, the absolute standout, has to be the one for old maids.
Ah, yes. This one feels like the peak of specificity in these sources.
It really is wondrously bizarre. It's a requirement for ensuring their happiness in the afterlife.
And what exactly do they have to do, according to the source, before they die?
Okay, get this. They must jump over a broomstick.
Jump over a broomstick.
While doing so, they have to sing God Save the Queen 3 times.
Jump over a broomstick while singing the national anthem 3 times for eternal joy.
That's what it says. Perpetual happiness and joy in the world to come, contingent on this pre-death musical obstacle course.
It's kind of amazing taking something so mundane, a broomstick, and making it part of a sacred, salvific act.
It really shows how even the biggest transitions, like death itself, were thought to be governed by these concrete, actionable steps, just like avoiding crossed knives or interpreting an itchy hand.
Okay, let's wrap up this deep dive with perhaps the most structured ritual of all, the one specifically for money. The new moon ceremony.
Yes, celestial finance. This one's got strict rules.
Prohibitions, even. Things you absolutely must not do.
Right. You have to be really careful not to look at the new moon through glass like a window pane.
Or through trees.
Or through trees, yes. Any obstruction breaks the spell. You need a clear, direct view. Purity of the connection, maybe?
Okay, clear view established, then what? 2 key steps.
2 steps. First, posture. You have to look at the new moon over your right shoulder, not the left.
Right shoulder. Got it. Second step.
Physical contact. You have to tap the pocket of your coat or dress with your hand.
Tap your pocket.
Tap your pocket while looking at the new moon over your right shoulder. And what happens next depends entirely on that tap.
On whether there's money in the pocket at that exact moment?
Exactly.
Oh.
It's the ultimate test.
Yeah.
If there's money in there, even a tiny coin, doesn't matter how much anything, then you're set.
Set for what?
Plenty of money for all your wants, throughout the moon's reign, so for the next month or so.
Wow. And if the pocket is empty when you tap,
then unfortunately, you won't be enriched. No extra money coming your way beyond what you already have. Your financial fate for the month is sealed by that tap.
it's incredible. Your financial well-being hinges on whether you happen to have a loose coin on you at the right moment.
It really emphasizes readiness, doesn't it? Even accidental readiness.
Like money makes money, but filtered through lunar magic.
Sort of.
Mm-hmm.
The ritual doesn't seem to create wealth from nothing. It affirms and maybe amplifies what's already there, however small. It rewards having something to begin with.
So, looking back at this whole collection, from a tiny nose itch to singing over broomsticks to tapping pockets at the moon, what's the big picture?
I think it shows this relentless human drive to find connections, right? To draw clear lines between the small everyday stuff and the big outcomes. Life, death, luck, money.
Trying to impose order on what might feel like chaos.
Exactly. Connecting those internal feelings or those little household accidents to external events. It provides a framework, maybe not always accurate predictions, but a way to navigate the uncertainty.
Which brings us perfectly to our final thought for you, the listener, something to mull over. We saw how the signs for money or pain, the itchy hands and eyes, were described as often reversed.
Right, introducing that fundamental uncertainty.
But then the things that brought definite luck, the inside-out stocking worn all day, the thrown shoe, the new moon pocket tap, those required a very specific action or a very specific kind of accident you had to commit to. So here's the question. Was this whole system almost designed to create anxiety around the passive omens, the ones you can't control, by making them unreliable, while reserving true, dependable luck only for those rituals that demand clear, deliberate action or commitment? Is reliable luck something you have to actively do or accidentally stumble into perfectly with no confusing middle ground?
Something to think about.
Huh.
Until next time.